You feel quite lucky.
I see.
You have earned the title Countess Sugarkey.
Everything has a price.
Celebrate good fun.
It is fulfilling to see so many denizens of Azeroth and beyond visiting our celebration. It is in remembering all our pasts that we are able to come together and celebrate. We hope that you will continue to enjoy our event. To assist you in your own adventures, take this boon of the Bronze Flight.
Time is of the essence.
I think Yak has started to move. Good view, big guy. You have earned the title Sinita Sugarkey. Celebrate good fun. Completed. Received 2 gold, 34 silver.
Come, shop, browse. Smell.
Historian Cortagosa says, "Excuse me."
For those with a passion for silk, leather, and steel, the frenzy of fashion is all too real. Be seen by the masses, be their envy, their desire. Become the example to which all others aspire.
Dr. Gustav van Housen says, "When you offered to lend me a hand." Crow Thread Strong says, if you have a moment, fruit vendor." John J. Keishan says, "This reminds me of the old days back in Bravo Company. We would ride for days, always knowing the end could be around the next bend." Arcanist Valtrois says, "Thank you ever so much for bringing me here, darling." Ethral Warpweaver says, "Your attire seems adequate. How may I assist you?" Soulbinder Tuulani says, "Have you ever considered the light, Lilahoof?" Lilahoof says, "No." Big Keenook says, good soup takes time and
May your
patience.
feet find good trails.
Mystic Birded says, I will roll through the gates of Mogushan. A time to reflect.
It is time to reflect on the events that have brought us to this moment. A celebration of our great history and the events that shape it.
Objectives. Correctly answer one of Jupar's questions about the history of Azeroth. Quest accepted, a time to reflect.
Let us test your knowledge of history, then. One of Alexstrasza's trusted ambassadors, this red drake's chosen visage form is a Vulpera.
Okie dokie.
Arcanist Valtrois says, thank you ever.
Let us test your knowledge of history, then. Succubus demons revel in causing anguish, and they serve the Legion by conducting nightmarish interrogations. What species is the succubus?
Work complete.
Be seeing ya.
Arcanist Valtrois says, No, I was being sincere. I am enjoying myself. Arcanist Valtrois says, so long as you're here, that is. Stellagosa says, of course. I shall endeavor not to leave your side. Stellagosa says, if you are not enjoying yourself, there is no need to pretend on my behalf. Warn the detective. Welcome back, Sugarkey. I saw the detective headed west. Hurry up and warn him before the shapeshifter comes for him too. Objectives. Warn Detective Jones about the shapeshifter.
Always glad to help. Dionysa Ka.
Holiday Celebrant says, well. Rude. Dr. Gustav Van Housen says, when you offered to lend me a hand. Holiday Celebrant says, lines back here, buddy. You laugh at historian Jupar. Arcanist Valtrois says, excellent. Besides, I'm the best conversation you'll find around here.
Calling all fashionistas to strut
A time
their
to
stuff
reflect
in the
completed.
fashion frenzy.
Received 93 gold, 60 silver. Quest accepted, warn the detective.
Light be with you.
Warn the detective.
A shapeshifter? Ha? Poppycock?
For the Alliance.
Warn the detective completed. Received 2 gold, 34 silver. Athelton Jones says, you. Me. HMPH. Athelton Jones says, you. Me. HMPH. Spot the difference.
Look, I'm the real detective. You believe me, right? I know, ask me anything. The good people here will be able to corroborate my story and will prove that I'm me.
Objectives. Solve the case of the shape-shifting demon.
Be careful.
Quest accepted, spot the difference.
Well, what are you?
I think it's time for some interrogation. Talk to both detectives and follow up on their stories.
Next time, bring fish, please.
Well met.
When you've eliminated the impossible, no you haven't. Magic exists and reality is terrifying. Let's see. I went to Leroy's Chicken early in the morning, then I interrogated potential witnesses. This Addie girl seemed to be a keen hunter, but she hadn't seen our criminal. I knew there had to be a solution, so I wandered over here to think.
Go with honor, friend. What can I do for you?
Let's see. I went to Leroy's Chicken for lunch, then I interrogated potential witnesses. Obviously, I asked the most famous hunter of all, Hemet Nessangwari. Alas, no luck. Without leads, I wandered over here.
Light bless you.
Mama says my tusks will be bigger than a mammoth's.
I think it's time for some interrogation. Talk to both.
Wanna fly kites later?
Step right up, chums, and get the best fried chicken you've ever tasted.
Warped leather vest has been added to your appearance collection. T. Pertos says, T. Pertos also rode gloriously into battle. John J. Keeshan says, we would strike from the dark, hooves like thunder. Then, we fade like shadows. T. Pertos says, T. Pertos would yell, T. Pertos. John J. Keeshan says, we brought only death and fear. T. Pertos says, T. Pertos brought hope and the light. You should ride with T. Pertos. Addy Fizzlebob says, it's okay fella, I was just teasing. Ariak says, I am not among people much, since I was changed. Addy Fizzlebob says, well, you should be. You are very pleasant and I am happy I met you. Addy Fizzlebob says, it's okay fella, I was just teasing. Ariak says, I am not among people much, since I was changed. Addy Fizzlebob says, well, you should be. You are very pleasant and I am happy I met you. Grimboo's Thunderbrew says, my good friend Chen, have you come for a drink?
And children of any age.
Chen Storm Stout says, it has been too long. Let us toast, I think.
And come if you're able to hear
Grimboo's
Lord Walker
Thunderbrew
Cho
says, I'll
spin
top
us a
off your
favor.
mug. Raise it high to toast. Chen Storm Stout says, to glory, honor, and friendship the most. You gained 611 gold, 35 silver, 6 copper.
That guy. Get this, he comes in early in the morning, orders a chicken. Sure. Then he's back at lunch. I asked him if he wants the same thing, and he's all, what? Guy stutters for a minute and then changes his mind and walks away.
Leroy shrugs.
So are you going to get a chicken or what?
Historian Cortagosa says, I am not sure you completely understand our role. Koridormi says, come on over. Now's your chance to ring the scarab gong. Holiday Celebrant says, well. Stelagosa says, if you are not enjoying yourself, there is no need to pretend on my behalf. Moira Thurisan says, but that's the whole point, oh chickens. What good are yours? Arcanist Valtrois says, No, I was being sincere. I am enjoying myself. Arcanist Valtrois says, so long as you're here, that is. Stellagosa says, of course. I shall endeavor not to leave your side.
Greetings. See you around. For the
Hermanus Ingueri Jr. says, we'll be back on the road before ye know it. Hermanus Ingueri Jr. says, still plenty of people looking for an autograph, though. Hermanus Ingueri Sr. says, we got to stay here much longer. Hermanus Ingueri Sr. says, HMPH. Never did like sitting in one place too long.
Prepare for a story journey with Lord Walker Cho at the Storyteller's stage.
Let's see. I went to Leroy's Chicken early in the morning, then I interrogated potential witnesses. This Addie girl seemed to be a keen hunter, but she hadn't seen our criminal. I knew there had to be a solution, so I wandered over here to think.
Go with honor, friend. King's honor, friend.
Let's see. I went to Leroy's Chicken for lunch, then I interrogated potential witnesses. Obviously, I asked the most famous hunter of all, Hemet Nesangwari. Alas, no luck. Without leads, I wandered over here.
Be careful.
Sugarkey says, /7163.4551.67 Addy Fizzlebog. Fiona says, you may be surprised at how little we sing at our mule. Dr. Gustav Van Housen says, I suspect more so for a Forsaken. Leroy Jenkins says, but my chicken is flash fried. That is the opposite of patience. Big Keenook says, it is good chicken. I suppose that means there are a lot of ways to cook.
All this time travel has me thinking. Imagine if you could hunt down the beasts of the distant past. Yeah, sure did. Well, he tried to ask me questions. I could hardly get a word in edgewise. He ended up talking about himself.
Take care. Well, hello there. Bye-bye.
John J. Keeshan says, this reminds me of the old days back in Bravo Company. We would ride for days, always knowing the end could be around the next bend.
Need help?
Let's see. I went to Leroy's Chicken for lunch, then I interrogated potential witnesses. Obviously, I asked the most famous hunter of all, Hemet Nesangwari. Alas, no luck. Without leads, I wandered over here.
Light bless you.
Sugarkey says, /7162.4751.94 Hemanus Ingueri Senior. Kablooey says, I love a good fire pun. Fiona says, name. It's not like the mule ever listens. You laugh at Kablooey. Mira says, if you don't know the mule's name, how do you make songs for it? Dr. Gregory Victor says, yes. Dr. Gustav van Housen says, well, I just wasn't
Everything looks so different when you're not on the prowl. I'm retired. Sure, I've had lots of great hunts in exotic locations, but I got lost in it. I'm just enjoying things in a different way now. He has quite a few good hunts left in him, and he has learned more respect for the craft than I have. I'm truly proud of the boy.
Happy hunting!
Dr. Gregory Victor says, you'd be surprised.
He asked me about any crimes I might have seen. I talked for a while about hunting and spot and prey, and that detective was a mighty fine listener. But nay, I haven't seen any criminals skulking about.
Hey, be safe out there.
Dr. Gregory Victor says, always useful in our line of work.
I wonder if it's time for me to change careers. Ha, no. There are no hunts, no challenges, and no Gurabashi-empowered panthers. Just thinking about the past and the future. Like I was considering earlier, I may follow my father's footsteps and write a book. Maybe about my journey in Pandaria. Unless the hunt calls again.
Dr. Gustav van Housen says, I suspect more so for a Forsaken. Dr. Gregory Victor says, always useful in our line of work. Dr. Gustav van Housen says, I suspect more so for a Forsaken. Dr. Gregory Victor says, you'd be surprised. Dr. Gustav van Housen says, when you offered to lend me a hand. Dr. Gregory Victor says, yes. Dr. Gustav van Housen says, well, I just wasn't expecting you to pull out an actual hand. Hemanus Ingueri Senior says, we got to stay here much longer. Hemanus Ingueri Jr. says, still plenty of people looking for an autograph, though.
Let's see. I went to Leroy's Chicken early in the morning, then I interrogated potential witnesses. This Addie girl seemed to be a keen hunter, but she hadn't seen our criminal. I knew there had to be a solution, so I wandered over here to think.
For the Alliance.
Hemanus Ingueri Jr. says, we'll be back on the road before you know it.
Well met.
Let's see. I went to Leroy's Chicken for lunch, then I interrogated potential witnesses. Obviously, I asked the most famous hunter of all, Hemanus Ingueri. Alas, no luck.
Go with honor, friend.
Jimenez Ngueri Sr. says, HMPH. Never did like sitting in one place too long.
I see.
Need help? Be careful.
Athelton Jones says, me. How dare you? Athelton Jones says, fine, it was me. Hercrop and his sorry lot killed my allies. So I killed him and pinned it on Scrapes. Athelton Jones says, and I would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for you meddlesome lot and your stupid hawk. Sugarkey says, /way #7159.9462.47 Wiley Zenin.
King's honor, friend.
Okay, fine. Your help is appreciated. Is it safe to come out yet?
For the Alliance.
Wiley Zenin says, let me show you what happens to heroes. Athelton Jones says, we did it. We did it. Athelton Jones says, that's one more case solved by Athelton Jones, Detective Extraordinaire.
Get ready for a Mount Mania! Quickly summon the same mount as me to earn points. Get ready for the next mount.
Lord Thasarian says, I don't see what any of this serves. Holiday Celebrant says, well, rude. Holiday Celebrant says, lines back here, buddy. You laugh at Holiday Celebrant.
Get ready for the next mount.
Clear skies and safe journeys.
Spot the difference. Thank you so much for solving the case, Sugarkey. Hopefully, this event will be calmer now.
Please be careful, friend.
Spot the difference completed. Received 46 gold, 80 silver. Addy Fizzlebob says, good view, big guy. Ariak says, what? I am sorry, did I block your view? You wave at Alex. Hemanus Ingueri Senior says, we got Ty stay here much longer.
Next, we have...
Soulbinder Tuulani says, have you ever considered the light, Lillahove?
System failure in 5.
Sugarkey says, BRB.
Get ready for the next mount. Get ready for the next mount.
Big Keenook says, good soup takes time and patience. Hemanus Ingueri Senior says, we got Ty stay here much longer.